Welcome to the special GameRamble Steam Next Fest video. My name is Dark Cloud and I'm joined by
Numbio, Mrs. Cloud.
So as anyone who's been paying any attention to Steam will know, Next Fest is a celebration of upcoming games. And there is hundreds of demos available to try out. Way too many for anyone to try out themselves, probably. But I've picked 10 of them that has caught my eye and that I've tried out and I'm really looking forward to. So this is not a definitive list. It's not a top 10 list. This is just 10 games that caught my attention. And yeah, so check it out.
Yeah, I'm quite curious to see what you came up with. So what's up first?
Well, first up, I've got Angerfoot by Free Lives and Devolver Digital. And Free Lives, of course, the makers of Broforce. So this is a first-person shooter with ass-kicking beats and ass-kicking feet. It's a very fast game. And you basically go around kicking the tar out of anyone that gets in your way. You can unlock new sneakers along the way, kick and shoot your way to the exit, and it's got a bass-thumping soundtrack.
Oh, that's cool. I must say I do like all the colors and the first-person view, obviously.
Yeah, this game, you don't have a lot of health, so these enemies manage to get you, you go down very quickly, and then they twerk in your face. So it definitely has that Free Lives sense of humor.
That's really cool.
Yeah. You can actually pick up weapons in the game as well, but once they run out of bullets, you can throw them at your enemies and then continue kicking them.
Okay.
It's also neat how you are going to be able to unlock new sneakers in the process.
And I guess new guns as well. I like the graffiti on the walls. That's really cool.
Yeah, the whole pace of this game is just so in sync with the music. It almost feels like a rhythm shooter. As you can see, there's a timer there at the top, so you're going to want to speed run your way through the levels almost. See how well you can do.
That's cool. You never know what is behind the door that you're kicking in.
Yeah, well, by the 10th time you try it, you will know exactly what is where. Start posting higher scores at times, I think.
So you have to do runs multiple times to get better.
Well, they're definitely going to surprise you at times and hit you from angles you didn't expect.
Really cool.
So next up, I've got Zapling Bygone by Nine Finger Games. And this is a Metroidvania game where you play as an alien hive mind.
Okay.
So basically you murder your enemies, absorb their consciousness, and wear their skulls.
It looks weird.
Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of Metroidvania titles, and this one just drew my attention with its pixel art style and this weird premise where you're not playing some space marine or bounty hunter or noble protagonist. You're this alien hive mind.
Yeah, I must say the way this character runs and everything is different from what you're used to.
It's going to get even weirder because you can collect mutations that modifies your abilities to your liking. So,
okay.
Yeah. You do have a bit of a noble quest. You're making your way through an alien planet in search for a cure for a virus that plagues and corrupts your hive.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, there's lots of Metroidvania's demos available, and this one just caught my eye. Really like what it has to offer. Looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, next up I've got Remedium. It's by Sobaka Studio and Buka Entertainment. It's a fast-paced twin-stick shooter, which is another genre that I'm quite fond of. And this one has got this grim post-apocalyptic Renaissance setting.
Okay.
So also not your typical sci-fi top-down shooter.
Really interesting. The more natural environments and, well, in the beginning, I guess.
Yeah, this one is set in a world where a plague devoured the whole continent and turned almost everyone into maddened mutants.
Oh dear, okay.
So yeah, you're going to have to slaughter hordes of enemies and master the art of alchemy, so you can create potions and injections and amalgams to boost your abilities in combat.
Ah, that's a cool twist, the alchemy side of things.
So I'm also expecting interesting creatures and big bosses waiting in this game.
So what's the combat like? What are your first impressions?
It's really decent. It's standard top-down twin-stick shooter style. You start out with a shotgun, which is quite powerful, but your enemy is also quite fast. As you can see, got that dark gothic setting and the blood spatters everywhere as you shoot your enemies.
Really cool.
Played a few other titles in this genre that goes for either a more neon sci-fi look, which is not bad, or a more cartoony look. So to see it in this dark gothic setting makes for a nice change of pace, I think. So next up I've got Eyes in the Dark. This is by Under the Stairs and Gearbox Publishing. And this one is a roguelike platformer where you fight with light against the dark.
Okay. It's like very black and white.
Yeah, it's good. It's just, well, this what drew me to this game is this art style. It's got this very, ink and paper look to it.
Yeah, very cartoony.
And you're on a quest here to drive back the darkness that's overrun Blue Manor. All you have is a flashlight and a slingshot. So you can also explore and uncover new gadgets and items and weapon modules and upgrades. But the twist is that the layout and content of Blue Manor changes with every run. So you're not going to be able to just memorize where everything is. And another interesting twist is that you can get powerful perks, but you also need to choose a corresponding weakness.
Okay.
So that's going to add a nice dimension to the game. You're not going to be all powerful. If you pick a very powerful perk, you're probably going to have to pick a significant weakness as well.
Interesting. So the game makes you both weak and powerful at the same time.
Yeah, it keeps things balanced and interesting. Yeah, I like the unique art style of this game and the fact that you're not just running around shooting things. You have to use your flashlight to reveal your surroundings and attack enemies. And you get these types of puzzles where certain doors are locked until you kill an enemy, but you can't get to it yet, so you have to find an upgrade for your flashlight and stuff like that.
Interesting enemies as well. Little creepy crawlies.
I think that's another reason why I was drawn to this game. It reminded me a bit of some of the early NES titles like Addams Family, where you explore these big mysterious mansions.
Oh yeah, this looks very Addams Family.
Yeah, next up I've got Selaco. This one is developed and published by Altered Orbit Studios, and it's an original shooter running on GZ Doom.
Okay.
So you've got that retro style look to the game, but very fast paced, and it's got all the modern conveniences.
Oh, that's cool. Can't be enough fast-paced shooters out there.
Definitely not. No, this one's got thrilling action set pieces, destructibility, smart AI, and a fleshed out story, which is everything I look for in a shooter.
It's cool.
And they also said that the game draws inspiration from Fear in terms of action set pieces. So I'm looking forward to see how that works, because I really enjoyed Fear. First-person shooter with jump scares that startled me quite a few times.
I remember that.
Yeah, you can see this game is really fast-paced, and the environmental destruction just in this demo part is already quite impressive.
So lots of blood and gore everywhere as well.
Yeah, this first part you're basically running for your life. You don't have a weapon yet, and there's these people hunting you.
I liked how it started out with a "get well soon" on the wall. It's like quite ominous. So you know that it didn't end well.
It's another reason to look forward to this one is that it's going to offer full open source modding support. See, the modding scene out there, I'm sure, are going to come up with some interesting additions to the game as well.
That's cool. I like it if developers do that.
I finally picked up an assault rifle here.
Mods just give the game a lot of replay value.
Yeah, no, it extends the longevity quite a bit.
Yeah. Purple gore.
Yeah. Guess they're not human.
Doesn't look that way.
And now for a change of pace into Ghost Song. This one is developed by Old Moon and published by Humble Games, and it's a beautifully illustrated Metroidvania title.
This is pretty.
Yeah,
I like the pastel colors.
Yeah, that's like I said, I love Metroidvania games, and the visuals of this one immediately caught my attention. It's got that almost, classic anime looking style to it. So this one is a 2D adventure of self-discovery, ancient mysteries, and cosmic terror.
Okay.
So it looks like there's going to be lots of exploration, and you're also going to be be able to acquire potent weapons and game-changing new abilities.
So it's not just a puzzle platformer.
No, it's going to be your straight-up Metroidvania title with exploration, finding new stuff, opening up new areas, and so on.
Oh, that's cool.
So another interesting twist of this one that I liked is you've got this rapid-fire blaster weapon of yours, but if you use it a lot, its barrel begins to heat up, and you can actually use it for melee attacks
Okay.
to make your melee attacks more potent.
I thought the blaster would stop working if it heats up too much.
It could probably, I don't know.
But that's a cool twist to have it as a melee weapon.
Yeah.
Burn your enemies with your gun.
Well, they basically get smacked by a glowing hot chunk of metal. It seems there's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got this mysterious atmosphere. I
Yeah.
don't know what's around the next corner. And the beautiful graphics definitely helps. See all these interesting things in the background. And
A very alien environment.
yeah,
I like it. I like the rays coming through, the light effects.
I think fans of Metroid and those type of games will enjoy this one. And then next up I've got The Courier.
Okay.
This one is by Crescent Moon Games and PM Studios. And it's actually an open world game about running a mail delivery business on a mysterious island. So yeah, I'm not above the occasional casual game, just for a change of pace. And this one caught my eye with its visual style and its whole premise of delivering mail on a mysterious island. I was a fan of Paperboy, and I really enjoyed the recent game called Lake, if I'm not mistaken, where you
Yeah.
played as basically a courier delivering stuff. So yeah, I think it will make for a nice change of pace between all the other action-packed games.
Yeah.
This one, the more letters you deliver, the more you uncover the island's secrets. And there's also going to be various vehicles to travel around with, so it's not just going to be your bicycle. They promise tons of challenges, environmental puzzles, mini-games, and more.
It's cool. It's cool. All the interaction with other characters and stuff. You know, expanding the story that way.
Yeah. I like the whole style of the game. They use low poly visuals, but it's quite vibrant. And
I can imagine that this can...
plus, as I discovered, you can fall in the ocean. But
Also,
luckily, there's no penalties, at least not in this demo.
okay, because the sharks were hovering down there
Oh dear.
before you jumped in there.
It's just testing the limits of the demo.
Ramps. Oh, that's cool. So you
1 out of 6 found, yeah.
actually do some bike tricks.
Then I've got Glimmer in Mirror by Maple Dawn Games, Cube Game, and Pleasant Rain. And this one is a 2D story-rich action shooting game.
Okay.
So you've got your classic Metroidvania level designs, and you can also acquire new skills and collect different mirror spirit companions. Yeah, like I said, big fan of Metroidvania titles, and also a big fan of this type of art style.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Very fairy tale. I like it.
And I like the fact that they said this one has got a shooting vibe to it, not just straight up platforming.
You can already see the blast is quite vicious.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of upgrades things going to be able to get, and what these mirror spirit companions bring to the table.
Yeah. Ooh, some vicious platforming right off the bat.
Nah, that's straightforward. Fall is just what happens if you get distracted by pretty visuals and falling leaves and other background stuff. You do not want to fall into those spikes though.
No, they look scary. What do we have here?
Here we have Above Snakes by Square Glade Games and Crytivo. And this one is a Western-inspired base builder.
Okay. Interesting.
So, yeah, it's also a unique one. You craft your world by placing asymmetric tiles. So you get to explore various biomes, and it's got survival systems like crafting and cooking and hunting and fishing and more. You can also, plant crops to farm or do some gardening.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's set in a fictional universe inspired by the Wild West, but somehow there's also zombies involved.
What?
If you watch the intro to this game, there's some type of meteor that crashes into the town or whatever it is, and they bury their dead, and then they come back as zombies.
Okay.
So
it's a zombie survival, but Western style.
Could be. Yeah, I was very intrigued by this crafting aspect, and then the way that you can actually, create the world around you by placing the tiles. You get to pick where you place the next section of the map and what type of biome it's going to be as you unlock them. So that's going to be interesting. It's also going to mean that no two games are probably going to be the same. But for the rest, it looks like it's got the standard survival systems where you chop down trees to get wood and break rocks to get smaller rocks, and then craft new tools and weapons. You also have to monitor your health and hunger levels and so on. Okay, then last up I've got Metal Hellsinger. This one is by the Outsiders and Funcom, and it's a rhythm first-person shooter.
Awesome.
So you basically fight your way through demon hordes. So yeah, I'm also a fan of first-person shooters and a fan of metal.
Yeah.
So this is the perfect combination.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know who else plays awesome metal in the background while they play the first-person shooters. I know I'm one.
A lot of games already include them, such as Killing Floor 2. So
yeah, but
and I think Painkiller. So this type of shooting and metal just goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's nothing like shooting things to a beat.
Yeah, the nice thing about this one is that you shoot on the beat, and then the more in sync you are with the rhythm, the more intense the music will become and more destruction you cause.
That's
So
cool.
when you start out, it'll be all drums and guitars, and eventually vocals and things will kick in. And that's another reason why I was eager to check out this game, as it actually features original metal soundtrack that was created specifically for this game. And they managed to get a few performers to do vocals on it from bands that all metal fans should be very familiar with. So the likes of System of a Down, Lamb of God, Soilwork, Trivium, Arch Enemy, and so on. The vocalists all provided songs for this game.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a good looking game too.
Seems like you do more damage, and your weapon also reloads better if you do it on the beat.
Yeah, the music ramps up, destruction gets more
So you get
intense.
combos and
Yeah, you have to build up your combos by shooting perfectly on the beat.
really cool.
Yeah, so that is my 10 Steam Next Fest demo picks, or games that caught my attention that I installed and tried out and really enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to playing once the full releases are out. Obviously, there are hundreds more to check out. I have not even scratched the surface.
These ones will really look awesome though. I'm looking forward to seeing the full releases.
Yeah, and Steam Next Fest is going to continue until the 20th, so there is still some time to check out some more games. So yeah, check out these games, check out other games, let us know what hidden gems you found, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Remember to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoy our videos.
Until next time.
Bye.